Radar Online saying there are new details that Jeffrey Epstein may have been. And then somebody said, well, I still think he might still be alive. Well, that's a possibility. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, though. He might be, so maybe he was or / is an FBI informant. What do they say? Radar's details look like this. Jeffrey Epstein secretly working with the U.S. government, according to a bombshell document obtained by Radar Online. The tycoon, by the way, it looks like we're back up on Locals, Rumble, and the same stream, new stream on X and new stream on Facebook, I think. We had a little bit of a tech glitch there, folks. But you know, I'll just say it's wild when we started talking about Jeffrey Epstein, everything went haywire. And I've never seen it go like this before. What just happened, I've never seen happen before. Do with that what you will. Radar Online says Jeffrey Epstein was secretly working with the U.S. government, according to a bombshell document obtained by Radar. The late tycoon and pedophile who died in jail in 2019 at 66 years of age while awaiting trial on sex trafficking charges was, quote, more than just protected. He was a puppet, informant, and spy for the FBI, added an intelligence agency source. Maybe that's why there aren't any FBI files on him. Because he was part of their thing, so they wouldn't have files necessarily on him. Clinton was at Epstein Island 20-plus times, Roger says. Yeah, that's right. You know, that's another. Epstein also provided information to the FBI as agreed upon. A special agent whose name was redacted wrote on an internal cable dated September 9th, 2008, marked routine. A 2008 internal file obtained through a successful FOIA, that's a Freedom of Information Act lawsuit, shows Epstein was operating as an FBI informant before his now infamous 2007 sweetheart deal. Oh, my. But this is kind of what people have thought and suggested was the case for a long time. I don't know that there's anything. Well, there might be new documents that back the theory up, but that's maybe the way to put it. The cable also had a case agent advised that no federal prosecution will occur in this matter as long as Epstein continues to uphold his agreement with the state of Florida. Holy smokes. That bargain struck with the Department of Justice when Epstein was facing potential federal charges for trafficking minors across state lines, allowed him to plead guilty to reduced state-level charges in Florida, serving just 13 months in jail, much of it under work release. You know, this kind of stacks up, and agent, informant, however you want to put it, a lot of times they will do this. They'll grab these people in order to be able to grab and control other people. So they'll say, look, we're going to let you off. Oh, boy, here comes the drillers, guys. Here comes the drillers. We thought maybe for a second, maybe they drilled into something, and that's why we got booted. But they do this a lot of time in drug cases and in other cases. They'll grab somebody, get them on another charge or whatever it is, and then say we're gonna try and we want you to give us information on all these other people, whatever reason they wanted it for, intelligence, information control. This is the classic honeypot operation. The agreement was infamous not only for its leniency, but also for granting immunity to Epstein's alleged co-conspirators and for being concluded before all of his victims had even been interviewed or his electronics seized by authorities. At the heart of the deal was Alex Acosta, then U.S. Attorney General, then U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of Florida. Acosta did. I think he was the Attorney General for a while, wasn't he? Acosta, now 56, would later resign as Donald Trump's labor secretary. That was after scrutiny of his role. Acosta claimed he had been told to back off Epstein. He said, quote, "I was told Epstein belonged to intelligence and to leave it alone." Radar goes on to say the uncovered FBI document suggests his claims may have been the tip of the iceberg when it came to Epstein's involvement with the feds. The full memo said on 9/11/08, case agent advised Ryder that Epstein is currently being prosecuted by the state of Florida and is complying with all conditions of his plea with the state of Florida. Epstein has also provided information the FBI has agreed upon. Case agent advised that no federal prosecution will occur in this matter as long as Epstein continues to uphold his agreement. Case agent is requested to contact Ryder in the event this matter moves forward on a federal level. The file also pushes the timeline of his ties to the FBI back even further than initially inspected. A source close to the case told this masthead, these are the smoking gun documents. They show Epstein was an active source for the FBI way before his plea deal in 2007. Again, none of this would surprise me. It really doesn't shock me at all. The revelation, reigniting long-standing suspicion Epstein's immunity was not the result of powerful lawyers or elite connections alone, but due to his value as an intelligence asset. There you go, folks. This is again, this isn't shocking. I mean, it's coming from Radar Online and the FOIA documents they've got. One source familiar with the investigation, the real reason the FBI has been stonewalling for years is because these files blow up the official story. Epstein wasn't just evading justice, he was helping them. His 2007 non-prosecution agreement included language almost unheard of in federal agreements immunizing both known and unnamed sources accused of exploiting underage girls. These include Sarah Kellen, now 45, Adriana Ross, 41, Leslie Groff, 54, and Nadia Markanova, 39. Critics have said the sweeping immunities only make sense if Epstein was being protected for other reasons. You don't give this kind of deal to a man like Epstein unless you're getting something big in return. Epstein's network of high-powered relationships is only added to the intrigue. He counted among his associates former President Bill Clinton, Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates, former Israeli Prime Minister Ehud Barak, and former CIA Director William Burns. Former Obama White House counsel Kathleen Rumler, 53, also met with Epstein multiple times after his conviction, according to visitor logs. The FBI's refusal to turn over Epstein full source records, citing law enforcement exemptions, had for years shielded these details from public view. But after years of legal wrangling, we can now reveal, Radar Online writes, partial records that confirm his ties to the feds. A source added, but this is only the beginning. We now know FBI had a working relationship with Epstein going back years. Public deserves to know what he was trading for that protection and who else was also involved. I agree. Whether we get that, whether we get down to the bottom of it all, and how we find out what we get from it, is going to be, well, it's going to be incredible. So there you have it, and only time will tell. Now, again, whether we get the answers we want to see from this or not is a whole nother issue. I got another explosive topic of conversation here. It's election integrity. In fact, we talked with Mike Lindell about big bombshells still yet to come this week. He said, what we've already seen is just the tip of the iceberg. I'm fascinated because we've got the DOJ saying they're going to go out now and make sure they get all these folks who shouldn't be off the voter rolls in places like Michigan and all throughout the country, a lot of them in the country illegally. But we also hear, this is confirmation this week. This is after I talked to Mike and then Pat Colbeck last week. Feds are saying the Smartmatic Smartmatic, that's one of the voting systems, by the way. This is a story that I'm reading out of the Miami Herald, in case anyone has any questions. Feds say Smartmatic bribed Venezuelan's top election official with luxury home. There's bribery involved. This is a story that proves that these the companies that manufacture these electronic election devices are susceptible to shenanigans. Again, folks, when the payoff is so big and the risk is so low, of course they're going to try. Federal prosecutors in South Florida charging Smartmatic co-founder Roger Pinate secretly bribing Venezuela's former elections chief. And we know that elections in Venezuela are laughable at best. Apparently, this guy transferred a luxury home in Caracas to her in 2019. The alleged payment is tied to a commercial dispute following Smartmatic's public claim of election fraud by the Maduro regime in 2017, which led the company to halt operations in Venezuela. This case is part of a broader corruption indictment that also includes money laundering charges related to contracts in the Philippines, where prosecutors say Pinate used a slush fund to funnel bribes. The election official, who died in 2023, reportedly received the property via a shell company, and the prosecution plans to introduce the Venezuelan transaction as evidence of a pattern of illicit behavior. Pattern of illicit behavior. I wonder if you can tie all of this together. You know, if you've got the intelligence agencies, or in this case, the FBI working with Jeffrey Epstein, and then you've got, they were working in Venezuela to try and monkey with those elections there. You just wonder how much and how involved are they, or have they been in not just overseas, but in our own elections as well. And how deep down does a rabbit hole go is really the question. And by the way, you don't have to go to Venezuela, all the way out there to find election integrity shenanigans. Activists is suing Detroit now. The lawsuit claims Detroit absentee ballots not counted properly for the primary. And by the way, this is this election. Highland Park election integrity activist Robert Davis has filed a federal lawsuit against the Detroit City Clerk Janice Winfrey, that name again familiar, the city, alleging they failed to publicly disclose where absentee ballots were counted ahead of the August primary, violating Michigan law. Detroit officials reportedly began tabulating early and absentee ballots midweek without alerting observers or posting the locations of where counting centers were. In court, city attorneys conceded they were not complying with the law, and a judge has now allowed Davis access to inspect the tally sites, raising transparency and legality concerns over Detroit's vote counting process. Oh, all of a sudden, now we're taking a look at Detroit and what they have been up to. Folks, it is a big deal, and all of this is now finally starting to come out. Quick pause. I've got more. We're going to go to China. For a Rona report, there's something swirling over there virus-wise that they want us to be afraid of. I don't know about you, but I'm not going back, folks. I'm not going back anytime soon. But it's something to keep an eye on in these tumultuous times. And a reminder that precious metals may be an option for you and your family to protect you no matter what comes.
I'm Dr. Kirk Elliott, founder of Kirk Elliott Precious Metals. After being in the industry for more than a decade, I knew there was a better way. It's an exciting time to invest in gold and silver with the most significant bull market I've ever seen. But please don't overpay for your stuff. At KEPM, we focus on low-cost bullion only, and we don't charge a commission when you sell. We would love to connect with you, so call our office at 720-605-3900
or go to goldwithjustin.com today. Corona report. We haven't done one of these in a while, but it is interesting. It is out of China, and I'm not giving you this information to freak you out, to make you afraid at all.
China.
No. Never a spirit of fear. Never to make you scared, but to make you prepared.
China.
Get ready. Yeah, we get ahead of it. They can't pull what they want to, always try and pull. I really don't know if they'll ever be successful again, honestly. So many people are onto it now. I just don't think it'd ever work again. Virus surging in China? China. Okay, that's about all I can do. I don't think I can do anymore. We might hear from
China.
Some folks. It's just news. Just newsworthy, folks. Just news. Virus surging in China. Global outbreak fears surges virus in China, according to the Daily Mail. Prompts quarantines and thousands of new cases reported. So they're going back to those rules of a few years back that Xi wants in place. Chinese officials have imposed COVID-like quarantines in parts of the country as cases of what they're calling a chikungunya virus continue to surge. More than 7,000 infections have been reported in the southern city of Foshan in Guangdong province, prompting authorities to isolate patients in hospital wards. They are required to remain there for a week or until they test negative, if sooner. No deaths have yet been reported. Well, thank God for that. The U.S. Centers for Deceit and Confusion, CDC, has issued a level 2 travel advisory. Travelers are advised to wear insect repellent, cover up with long clothing, and stay in air-conditioned or screened accommodation to avoid mosquito bites. Apparently, this is a virus that spreads via the bugs. Chikungunya virus. I'll be completely honest with you. I don't know too much about the chikungunya virus. I'm not up to speed on it. I just will tell you this. I am up to speed on the sort of propaganda used to make us afraid. I would rather you be up to speed, and I would rather you be informed and well-informed than inflamed. I would rather encourage you rather than, freak you out. That's just always how I've been. That's always been my MO, my modus operandi. That's just how I want to. I never want to be the guy going, oh my gosh, look out under this rock. I never want to be, too much. I want you to know what's happening, right? But I don't want your head sticking in the sand or anything like that. But at the end of the day, I just don't get the gist that this is something that we have to be too concerned with. But I do want you to know about it, and so there you have it. I'll put it in the stack if you want to do some digging. If you want to do a little research yourself. Speaking of the numbers and the research, we've got it. Trump now just as popular as he ever was. Rasmussen doing the polling here, letting folks know, and in fact, his approval index over time, right about where it's always been. 47, 48, 48, 49, 49, 48, 48, 47, 48, 49, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 49. Again, this is just common sense, by the way, and I think anybody with a couple of brain cells to rub together, and I don't know why you would rub them together, but if you're going to do that sort of thing, I think you would know that, about half the country loves him, about half the country hates him. That's just about how it's going to work. Half the country loves him, half the country hates him. Some of them hate him so much they got the TDS. Trump derangement syndrome. It's so bad. It is so bad. There's really not much you can do about it. Trump on the roof of the White House taking questions yesterday from reporters. This whole thing, Drudge has gone overboard. What happened? It used to be a sort of an interesting site. I don't know who bought it. I don't know what happened, but Drudge has gone completely off the deep end with some of their headlines. I saw one yesterday that said something about Trump wanted to put nuclear missiles. Oh yeah, and they got him with the pose where he's like pointing about missiles. He's kind of making a sign like the missiles are going to go up. And they're doing, well, he's talking Nazis and he wants nukes on the White House. This is a real headline. When you click the link, by the way, here's a poll, shock poll. Trump's on the ropes, rating historically low. I just showed you why that wasn't true. And he wants nukes on the White House roof. Drudge of all places. Can you imagine? These people are completely off their rockers. The Mirror, which is kind of like a tabloid sort of website anyway, if you click this and you read further into it, it talks about how he was sort of joking when somebody asked the question. What he's actually doing, planning extensive renovations to the iconic residence and office building. And he talks about some of those. And then they show this and they say, well, this is an unfortunate gesture. No, you're using it, showing it as an unfortunate gesture. We know that he's not doing anything wrong. Talking about putting the ballroom in, he was surveying some of that. Today, he responded to questions. They said about what he wanted to build next by apparently shouting missiles, nuclear missiles, as a joke to the reporters. This might even be it. Hang on. Let's pull this up.
Mr. President, what do you want to build? What are you trying to build? Sir, you approve? You saying more missiles? Are you building missiles? What? Come on, Dad.
Might be missiles.
Did you say missiles?
Taking over all of Gaza, sir.
See? What did it? Nuclear missiles?
Mr. President, what do you want to build? What are you trying to build? Sir, you approve? You saying more missiles? Are you building missiles? What? Come on, Dad.
Might be.
It's a joke. You see him laughing. You see him smiling. And then the Mirror writes this story, and they even admit that, like, it's a joke. You have to go a little bit, you have to go a little bit further into the article to see that. This is just, because you got half the country reading this stuff thinking he's serious. It seems like the president was merely miming the launch of a missile. Trump appeared to be taking stock of several areas on the roof, the press briefing room, and the Rose Garden. But after the furor, see, they're doing this on purpose. Around a similar gesture, Elon Musk compared it to a party to celebrate his inauguration. It's likely his critics will note the gesture's similarity to a Nazi salute. No, you are actually manufacturing and then saying, well, but there's a lot of other people that probably, yeah, those people are idiots. They're morons. They're morons. And you're taking advantage of that scenario, that situation. And again, what's wild is that Drudge takes that and Mirror basically admits that the whole thing is just shenanigans. It's malarkey. But Drudge posts this headline about Trump as if it's real. You can't trust anything that these people say anymore. It's just so sad. I hate it. Every now and then I'll go there because I'll find something interesting or whatever, but no. You just can't. You can't trust anything that these people say anymore.
President Trump is on the roof of the White House. He's taking questions, or he was just a few moments ago. Let's listen in, please.
Looking good, Peter.
Are you going to build up?
Something beautiful.
What does that mean?
What do you? More ways to spend my money.
Can you give us another hint?
We'll show you. It's just another way to spend my money for the country.
President Trump is
Talking about spending money. He's spending his own money to build that ballroom. That's another thing that we're seeing a lot of liberals and folks on the left just absolutely outraged on right now. I can't believe he's spending money for. He's spending his own money. It's all private donations and his own money going towards all of this. So there you have it. But that's inconvenient. That's not helpful for the folks on the left. There's a ton of audio from CNBC. I don't think we're going to have time to play that today, but maybe we can get some of that in tomorrow with all the craziness and the chaos. I'll leave it in the stack, though, today if you want to go check out the stack at justinbarkley.com. Tom Holman on the big announcement talking about Alligator Alcatraz and then the Speedway Slammer that they want to put in Grisham. Is it Grisham? I believe Air Force Base. Here's Tom Holman saying they need 100,000 beds.
We're not going to stop till we get 100,000 beds. We need 100,000 beds because everybody we arrest needs the bed. And that's where due process happens, right? That's where they see an immigration judge. That's when they have their hearings. So we need 100,000 beds to put people in those beds because everybody needs a bed. And they may be in that bed for several days. They may be in that bed for several months. But that's exactly what we need to have the biggest deportation operation in the history of this nation. I looked at the numbers this morning. We already got over like 300,000 removals. And considering 4 months of that was Joe Biden who wasn't doing anything, it's historic already. But with the big, beautiful bill, with more boots on the ground, more detention beds, more transportation contracts, you watch what happens in the coming year, Laura. It's going to be incredible.
I'm here for it. I don't know about you, but I am here for it. There's a lot. It's kind of like I said, I got a stack of good. There's still lots of great things I haven't had a chance to get to today, and I wish I could. By the way, you want to know what the chikungunya is? The chikungunya outbreak in China is a virus started by mosquitoes. An alpha virus transmitted by mosquitoes. Common symptoms include sudden high fever and excruciating joint pain. Oh, that does not sound fun. And we got Bill Gates releasing mosquitoes all over the place, often coined as bends you up. Chikungunya. Global spread is 2025, roughly 240,000 cases. Major China outbreak. But again, it's not going to come here like COVID or whatever, even though the headlines are big on this. It's just not capable because unless you brought the mosquitoes here. Now, they're probably not above all that anyway. Hey, big congratulations. Thanks to the folks sharing today. I saw Mama Jacobs sharing. Mama Jacobs, I got a book for you. If you're still with us, I know we had issues over on Rumble earlier today, but I think... In fact, we had them all over the place. I think we got them cleared out in time. There are folks watching on Rumble, on Locals, and some on Facebook and X as well. YouTube may have even jumped back in with us. I appreciate you as always. Don't forget to sign up as a VIP over on the Freedom Fam. JustinBarkley.com/VIP to do that. $7 a month. Like Critter, you can get your money's worth. Come over and hang out as we wrap things up. I am... going to do a bit of a quick Q&A for folks in the Freedom Fam. If it's still streaming, looking good, I think. Yeah, still looking good. So join us over there. A fast and furious lightning round. JustinBarkley.com/locals. If you want to jump in, you can. In the meantime, Mama Jacobs, send me an email, justin@justinbarkley.com. We'll get you taken care of with the book. Thank you so much, folks. Always a pleasure. Make it a great day. Wishing you the best. God bless. Welcome to the world of Q Broadcast. Hey, it's Justin. It's the future of home entertainment. It's here today. Now you can say farewell to cable and other streaming services that limit your options and open the door to unlimited possibilities. Q Broadcast gives you the power to choose what you want to watch, when you want to watch, and where you want to watch your favorite shows. In sports, on up to 5 devices simultaneously. Q Broadcast brings together all your favorite streaming services in one place for only $2 a day. That's live TV, movies, news, and classic TV series. Pay-per-view for only $2 a day. You can't get a cup of coffee for that. That's Q Broadcast, and you can do it today. They make it a breeze for you and your family to find something you all love. You can take Q Broadcast wherever you go. Start watching on your phone and seamlessly continue to your TV, iPad, laptop. With Q Broadcast and the app, you can watch on any device, whether you're on the road or flying to your next destination. Q Broadcast is compatible with most streaming devices and smart TVs, so you can enjoy your favorite shows and movies on the big screen. And for all the sports fans, Q Broadcast offers your favorite college and professional sports from around the world, providing the ultimate sports experience. Q Broadcast is the future of home entertainment. So say goodbye to cable and the limitations. Embrace the endless possibilities with Q Broadcast. Upgrade to Q Broadcast today and start enjoying the freedom to watch what you want, when you want, and where you want for only $2 a day. Q Broadcast. It changes everything. Go to qwithjustin.com to find out more and get your 15-day trial started today. That's qwithjustin.com.